Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name's Liz, and in today's video I have some really fun spring DIYs for you, so let's go ahead and jump on in. For this first one, I'm going to take one of these little bags that I got from the Dollar Tree. They had several different colors, but none that I was super fond of, so I decided to take my Waverly chalk paint and plaster and paint this bag on the front, the sides, and on those handles, and then I tried to go a little bit on the inside as well. I just wanted to cover up that green as much as I possibly could. It did take me a while with all the little grooves that you have to get into. I'm going to set that over to the side to dry, and then I'm going to take one of these tag signs that you can also get from the Dollar Tree. I happen to have this left over from Christmas, but you can find these kinds of signs there all the time. I'm going to take my Waverly chalk paint and mineral and give this one good coat, and then after that bag is dry, I am going to hot glue the two straps together to make this process of wrapping twine around the handles easier. So I'm just going to hot glue both of those pieces together, and once that's done, I'm going to take this twine and I'm going to begin wrapping it around the handle just over and over and over again until I reach the other side. I'll occasionally stop and add some hot glue just to secure it a little bit more in place, and then I will tie a knot at both ends, and then I'll also grab an extra piece of twine for both sides and I will tie a double knot on the bottom and then tie it into a bow, and I do that on both ends of the handles. Now I'm going to begin hot gluing my bag down to my sign. I just started with the handles, putting some hot glue on there and setting my bag down onto the sign, and then I will add some hot glue around the bag towards the bottom and the sides because I do want to stick some florals in here, so I don't want it to be glued closed. And then I'm going to take these yellow flowers that I got from the Dollar Tree and I'm going to start sticking these everywhere inside the bag. I did end up using 2 bundles of these and I just cut them all off of their stems and then inserted them into the bag. However, I thought that it looked cute, and that's it for this DIY. I think this turned out so cute. I love the cream bag with the yellow flowers. It just screams spring.
Life is a winding road, no telling where it goes. Driving through days and nights, won't stop for traffic lights. And I really wanna...
Today I'm part of Heidi Sambow's Creative Champion Contest, which is so exciting. There's 10 contestants and you are going to go over to Heidi's channel and watch all the DIYs that we submitted to her to participate in this challenge. So once you're done watching my video, make sure that you head on over to her channel to watch all the DIYs that we submitted to Heidi, and then you will click the link in her bio to vote for which project was your favorite. This is the DIY that I submitted to her, so if you want to see how I put it all together and vote for me, then go ahead and click on over to Heidi's video and you can watch that video there. Today's video is also a hop for all the ladies that participated in the contest today, so make sure you click all the links in our description boxes so that you can hop around in a full circle and see what everybody made. For this DIY, I'm going to take one of these signs that I got from the Dollar Tree and I'm just going to take the backing off of the frame. I took this piece of scrap plank that I had left over from a previous project, and what I did was stain it with my Waverly antique wax, and then I also drilled 2 holes in it, and then I also drilled 2 holes in that frame. I made sure to drill the holes in a way where each hole lined up with the wood plank and with the hole in the top of the frame. And then I'm going to take some of this ribbon that I got from Hobby Lobby and I'm going to wrap it around the bottom portion of that plank, making sure that it's not the portion with the holes in it. And I just added some hot glue around it. For the front, you want to make sure you only add hot glue to the bottom because I did want to use this as kind of like a pocket to insert some greenery in. Once I get that done, I'm going to take some twine and string it through those little holes. I'm just going to loop it through that loop that's there already. I'm going to add one bead from Amazon on both of these strings, and then I'll insert that twine through the hole through the frame and tie a double knot. You want to make sure that you're tying your knots evenly so that the little plaque hangs straight on that frame. And then I'm going to take some of this greenery and add it to that little pocket in the front, and that is it for this DIY.
Even if I'm falling down, I will keep on searching for my highs. You can say I lost my mind, I will keep on.
For this project, I'm going to take another one of these signs, but I am going to use the backing for it. So I'm going to take a flathead screwdriver and scrape off that weekend word. I did have to use that flathead screwdriver and some sandpaper to get it all smooth. I took some scrapbook paper that I got in a pack from Hobby Lobby back in Christmas time, but I thought this was really cute. So I'm just going to use a glue stick and cut out a piece of that scrapbook paper and attach that the back of that frame. And then I'm going to take these rub-on transfers that you can get from the Dollar Tree, and I just place them all towards the bottom of that sign. And I just rub those on there and remove the clear plastic film from the top. And then I'm going to take these moss bunnies that I got from the Dollar Tree as well. I'm going to add some hot glue to my frame and my sign. And I'm going to hot glue those moss bunnies right back down. And then to insert the sign back into the frame, I just popped it back into place. And now I'm going to make a little beaded banner or garland, if that's what you want to call it. I just take a piece of twine, string on some beads. I tied a knot on both ends, and then I hot glued those knots to the sides of my frame. And that is it for this DIY.
Holding my head high, even if the sky is falling down.
For our last DIY here, I'm going to take one of these signs that you can get from the Dollar Tree. I removed the backing and the blessed word. I'm going to take some egg cutouts that you can get from the Dollar Tree. I filled in those holes with some spackle from the Dollar Tree. Once those were dry, I grabbed this tissue paper from the Dollar Tree and I cut out little sections of it. And I'm going to Mod Podge these onto all three of my eggs. I think this is a perfect alternative if you can't find those green transfer sheets with all of those greenery pieces. These are so pretty, and a subscriber told me that I should use these if I can't find those other stickers, and I think this worked out great. So I just added some Mod Podge, placed my tissue paper down on top of the egg, rubbed out all the bubbles, and then once those were dry, I took a piece of sandpaper and just went around all the edges to get all the excess tissue paper off. Now I'm going to take some of this ribbon that I got from Hobby Lobby, and I'm going to take it on one of my eggs, and I'm just going to start wrapping and hot gluing it all the way around the egg. I'll just wrap it a little bit, hot glue it, wrap it, hot glue it, and I tried to make sure that the hot glue was in the back of the egg instead of the front so you wouldn't be able to see it. Now I'm going to start adding my eggs to my frame. So I just hot glued 2 of those eggs to the sides, and then for my middle egg, I'm just going to hot glue it right in the middle, but on top of those other 2 eggs. And then I wanted to add a little bit more detail to the other 2 eggs, so I just tied some simple bows with some jute string, hot glued them to the top of those outer 2 eggs, and that is it.
Jumping from cliffs so high, trusting our wings to fly. Sometimes we're crashing down, but we get up and start from the ground. And I really wanna know.
And that's it for today's video. Make sure that you click on the link for Heidi's video so that you can go vote for your favorite project that all of us ladies did. Let me know what your guys' favorite project was in the comments down below. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe before you leave, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!
I will keep on holding my head high, even if the sky is falling down.